quality, I might be able to, but like the crackling just makes it so much worse. I'm sorry, dude. I apologize. Please turn it off. Yeah, no, I can't do that one. I apologize. What is this one?
New and improved and open once again.
Fantastic.
What is this, man? Defunct Land, the history of Action Park. I'll check it out.
Improved and open once again.
Fantastic.
Why are all these
Anna
videos so
Gilligan is
quiet?
there this morning. Hello, Anna.
Hi guys, yeah, I think you're seeing some guys jump off the Tarzan jump here at Action Park. It's been closed since
What is Action Park?
1996. They reopened it on June 14th. I'm here with the owner, Andrew Mulhaville. He's also the son of the man who founded it. Thanks for being here.
Oh man, dude, he took over his dad's fucking shitty. This dude looks so sad already. Look at him. He's doing this thing. He's like he's just living in constant pain, bro. That is a look of absolute agony. Whoops. That is just, you are living in constant, yeah. You're living in constant pain. Like there's absolutely just nothing that pain, like worse than that, bro. Desktop, nah, I don't have anything good on it, sorry. What is this on Fox 5? My Fox? It's 73 degrees out, bro. No way.
It's great to be here. Thanks for coming out. What a day we have. It's beautiful here at Action Park.
So
He is lit, dude. This guy is, he has seen the horrors of this life and perhaps the next. Like, oh my God,
with
man.
The owner, Andrew Mulhaville. He's also the son of the man who founded it. Thanks for being here.
It's great to be here. Thanks for coming out. What a day we have. It's beautiful here at Action Park.
So I gotta
Immense
ask you, because
pain.
Action Park got a bit of a reputation.
35 horror stories. 10 reasons why Action Park is the most dangerous amusement park in the world. The JR, wait, was that Joe Rogan? Please don't tell me. Oh, JR show, number 46. Action Park World's most dangerous water. Sorry, I thought it said Joe Rogan or whatever. What is it? JRR?
Some people got injured.
Something like that. 86? Bro, when was this a thing?
That was 30 years ago. The world has changed. I mean, when my dad started the park, he was the guy inventing the rides and bringing inventors in. Now it's highly regulated. Everything's engineered.
I love Action Park because it's so beautiful.
Oh my God, that guy just like in the background just fucking hits a rock. I love Action Park. Suggested by Gay Green Alien. Maybe just don't include, like, do you have to, who made this video? I need to know, man. You really had to put like the first guy that you credited was Gay Green Alien. Gavin, like, dude, all the rest of them are just names. Like, I mean, who, but debatable, but just like, well, he suggested it. All right, it's fine. I just feel like maybe the first credited guy should be one of the people's actual names. Maybe keep him at the end.
The year is 1976. Gene Mulvihill, the head of entertainment company Great American Recreation, has added a new attraction to Vernon, New Jersey's Vernon Valley Ski Resort. 2 brand new alpine slides were installed to keep business up in the off-season. An alpine slide is a one-person cart ride in which the rider rides down a hill in a smooth track. The rider has a brake lever in between their legs, giving them complete control of their speed. The attraction had become popular for ski resorts in the late 70s, and Vernon Valley Ski Resort's alpine slide was advertised as an attraction for all ages, claiming, "We've had grandfathers and we've had kids of kindergarten age coming down our runs alone." I also have a picture showing a mother controlling the sled with an infant in her arms. It's that easy.
Okay, like, this really brings me to the burning question is, like, if you have to say that, if you have to say that your amusement park is safe, it should just be implied that if it's a fucking amusement park, it is safe for everyone, man. I don't know what kind of shit you're running here, brother, but I mean, if you have to be like, we have grandfathers and we've had kids of kindergarten age coming down our runs alone. I also have a picture showing a mother controlling the sled with an infant in her arms. It's that easy. Listen, I also have a pic with, you know, 2 guys, you know, holding each other and kissing and going down. Like, he just is like describing a bunch of photos, like,
After
just
the success
vague.
of the slide, Mulvihill went forward with his plans to expand the ski resort into a water park during the off-season. He added 2 water slides and a racetrack, and more slides, a softball field, a tennis court, and a swimming pool were added shortly thereafter. The Vernon Valley Summer Park was rebranded to Action Park, a thrilling amusement park where you control the action. More slides and rides were added, and they began their big marketing push to draw audiences into their new water park.
Just go to Action Park. There's no other park like it.
When it's hot out, this is a great place to spend the day with your family. There are lots of big things for little kids to do. I love Action Park because it's so beautiful.
Oh my God.
Broadway, it's wonderful.
It's like coming to Broadway. Bro, who says it like that?
Beautiful.
You have to be pretending.
It's like coming to Broadway, it's wonderful.
You are pretending. There is no way. Like,
Race like a pro. It's great. These are the most amazing rides in the world. I love it here.
he's hamming it up, bro. Like, there's no way they auditioned for this. This guy is just like, that is way too much, man. You gotta, I mean, you're at like a 10. I need you at like an 8 for this commercial, bro.
The park was revolutionary. Not
That's
only was it one of the
crazy.
first
That was
water parks of its kind
old
in the United
ads are
States,
crazy.
but it also marketed itself as the biggest. It was eventually home to 75 rides, 40 of which were water slides. Action Park was split into 3 themed lands. The first was
Motor World.
Motor World consisted of 3 types of attractions: land, water, and air rides. On land was the popular battle action tanks. For an additional fee,
What could have possibly gone wrong, man? I mean, look, I don't understand what the big deal is. Bro, the first ride that he introduces us to is tanks. Dude, he's like, oh yeah, this is the Motor World, and it's complete with the nuclear bomb testing site.
guests could ride inside tanks
what are you
equipped with
fucking-
tennis ball cannons. The goal was to shoot the other tanks in the caged area on one of their targets, disabling their cannons for
targets.
15 seconds. Those
That's
that
a
chose to
sick
ride the
idea,
tanks
actually.
were allotted 5 minutes to do so, and those that did not want to ride could pay to use a stationary cannon from the outside.
Someone definitely
Maintenance
got hit
employees
by one of
attempting
these
to
and
fix
died.
broken down tanks would be subject to fire from the rowdy guests, making
Definitely.
the attraction a nightmare to work at. The other 2 land-based Motor World attractions
As somebody that has worked at a golf course and like I've been in like the picker to like pick the balls on the driving range, like it is like if one of those balls like hits the like even the cage that you're in, it is like this loud ringing sound that just like hurts your ears. And like people will aim at you and they just have no regard. They don't think of you as a person at that moment. Just a little personal story, you know, thought I'd throw that in there.
were the Lola cars and the Super Go-Karts.
Ball toucher lol. You know what, man? Fuck
There to
you.
work at. The other 2 land-based Motor World attractions were the Lola cars and the Super Go-Karts, both of which were kart race attractions. The Super Go-Karts were driven on a small loop. The karts themselves were designed to max out at 20 miles per hour.
That looks safe right there. Just no side to it. Like this man ass is basically touching the asphalt. I mean, this is just like there's no side. There is just a back and a bottom. That is
But
absolutely
the employees found that
wild.
sticking a tennis ball in the governor device allowed the cart to go as fast as possible, with the
Oh,
new
God.
maximum speed being around 50 miles an hour.
50 miles an hour.
Designed to max out at 20 miles per hour. But the employees found that sticking a tennis ball in the governor device allowed the cart to go as fast as possible, with
Why
the
are
new
the
maximum
employees
speed
doing
being
this?
around 50 miles an hour.
Who
Head-on
told you to do
collisions
this?
frequently sent guests to the hospital, and the fumes from the engines overwhelmed riders at times. The
Good.
Lola cars were mini open cockpit race cars driven on a longer track, and they
This looks
cost an
safe.
additional charge to ride. Their maximum speed could also be tampered with by park employees. These were also used after hours by the workers, sometimes being taken off the track and driven on the nearby highway.
Awesome.
There were 2 water rides in
So
Motor World.
sick.
The super speedboats were driven in a small circle around an island in a pond that
Did he really just like, I mean, he kind of glossed over the head-on collisions that frequently sent people to the hospital. He just kind of made that like a slight thing. If I worked there, bro, you know I'm taking that thing on the freeway. Oh yeah, I'm taking that bad boy to McDonald's. I'm going through the drive-through and I'm like reaching up to get my BTS dipping
by
sauce.
the workers, sometimes being taken off the track and driven on the nearby highway.
Taking it
There were
off.
2 water rides in Motor World. The super speedboats were driven in a small circle around an island in a pond that also had a large population of snakes in it. The guests would often
I'm sorry. I must have glossed over that the first time. Okay, so you have tanks. So far, this is what we know. There's tanks. There's go-karts that go 50 miles an hour. And there's boats, but you can only drive them in a pond a pond that has a quote large population of snakes. That just really should be like
go around an island in a pond that also had a large population of snakes in it.
Like, you should just like, maybe, I don't know, man, like he needs to learn from that guy in the commercial, like this guy back here that's like, I love the summer park. Like, he needs to like, maybe he's at like a 2 and I need him at like at least a 5 for that.
The guests would often attempt to bump nearby boats, as if they were on Motor World's other water attraction, bumper boats. These were boats placed in a small pool and were designed to withstand guests crashing. Any pounders in the chat? These were known to leak gasoline.
Donzel, thanks for the sub, dude. Love you.
Which once required a guest to be examined after too much fuel leaked on their skin. The boats were also incredibly small, and riders with long legs had to position their feet off the side of the boat to fit.
You're telling me these bumper boats ran on gasoline? They couldn't find any better way. What kind of grade of
boats
fuel?
Placed in a small pool and were designed to withstand guests crashing into one another.
Yeah,
these were known to leak gasoline, which once required a guest to be examined after too much fuel leaked on their skin.
Well, the fact that they're running on gasoline in the first place is concerning. I feel like, I don't know, man, an electric? Well, I don't know, dude. What else? Aren't all boats gas? I don't fucking know. Maybe put them on rails or something and let them pretend that they're bumping into each other. I don't fucking know, bro. Gasoline is leaking on the driver and making them sick.
The boats were also incredibly small, and riders with long legs had to position their feet off the side of the boat to fit. This led to injuries and bone fractures after collisions.
Donkey Kong style, Nintendo 64. You already know.
Finally, Motor World had 2 airbase attractions. One was Space Shot, which was a typical drop tower ride and was one of the safest rides at the park, given it was only open for Action Park's last operating year.
The Space Shot is the safest ride, bro. That right there is the safest thing you can do at this park, is blast yourself fucking 80 feet in the air in a seat attached to a metal rod.
The second air ride was another upcharge attraction, Slingshot, which was also fairly safe. This ride was a common amusement park and carnival ride, in which guests were shot up on 2 bungee cords and flipped upside down as they
I'm not riding any ride that's fairly safe, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big amusement park guy, but I'm not gonna ride anything that's fairly safe. This looks... That's exactly how I would describe it, but I'm not going on that shit.
There's no doubt that Motor World had its dangerous attractions, but this is just the beginning of what Action Park has in store. Another section of the park was... Many non-water-based attractions were located in their own section of the park, sometimes labeled the Alpine Center. These included the aforementioned Alpine slides, as well as a bungee jump titled the Snapple Snap Up Whippersnapper Ride. Originally...
Alright, fuck it, dude. Change it. I mean, seriously? The Snapple Snapshot Whippersnapper Ride? Dude, you already know, like, that I have no idea whether they landed a lucrative Snapple sponsorship or if this was an oddly named attraction. Dude, if this was not a Snapple sponsorship, like, that is maybe the most cocaine thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That is the Snapple Snapper Whippersnapper. That's what Americans think British people call apples.
Slides, as well as a bungee jump titled the Snapple Snap Up Whippersnapper Ride. Originally having 2 jump stations and then later 4, guests could jump off the tower for an additional fee. A skate park also had a short run at Action Park. It was poorly designed, as it was surrounded by concrete and had uneven edges, which led to many injuries during its existence.
Bro, they couldn't even build a skate park? Dude, like, if a fucking city planner in Wisconsin can figure that out, like, I don't understand how you fuck that. Like, dude, this is like the most insane place I've ever heard of in my life. Like, this is crazy.
Interestingly, Action Park also had an attraction entitled the Action Park Gladiator Challenge, partially based off of the popular American Gladiators TV show.
They did not hire
obstacle
people.
Courses and jousting matches against the Action Park Gladiators. Finally, Action Park had its own monorail.
Dude, They hired guys. Their job was just to beat the shit out of teenagers with foam pads. This is a fucking fever dream, dude. Like, this is insane. They literally just hired beefcakes and they're like, yeah, here's some Hulk hands. Your job is to make sure a 16-year-old doesn't get past you all day. This is wrong, man. Like, I don't even...
jousting matches against the Action Park Gladiators. Finally, Action Park had its own monorail called the Transmobile. This went to the Ski Lodge, the Alpine Center, and to Motor World. So far, Action Park has proved to be dangerous, but where are the absolutely terrifying rides? Where are the rides that are so insane that their mere existence is unbelievable?
You've already named one.
Where are the water slides?
Okay, I got it.
This section put the action in Action Park. Waterworld had it all. It was home to the tidal wave pool, a 100 feet by 200 feet pool that could hold anywhere between 500 and 1,000 people. The pool's floor was slanted, and the further a guest went in it.
What about less than 500? That just seems like a weird way to word that. Wait, what? People definitely drowned in there? No. I expect live sharks at this point. Anywhere from 500 to 1,000. Like, they wouldn't let you in unless there was at least 500 people. Is that what I'm hearing?
Park. Waterworld had it all. It was home to the tidal wave pool, a 100 feet by 200 feet pool that could hold anywhere between 500 and 1,000 people. The pool's floor was slanted, and the further a guest went in it, the deeper it got. Waves went 20 minutes on, 10 minutes off, and they could reach a height of over 3 feet. This was challenging for swimmers of all skill levels, as the pool was hard to read and the fresh water was more difficult to swim in than salt water. A dozen lifeguards were on duty at the pool, and they would have to save around 30 people on a busy day. The Tarzan swing was a heavily advertised attraction in which guests would swing on a 20-foot cable over a pool. This spring-fed pool was so cool that lifeguards would have to rescue guests that could not swim after the shock of the cold water. This was also a popular attraction for men to pull down their pants or women to pull up their tops for the line of people to see. The appropriately named Aqua Scoot gave guests a sled, with which they would slide down an assembly line-style roller coaster, hurtling them toward a shallow pool that they would skip across. If the guest was not in an ideal position, it would get caught under the water, sending the rider crashing forward. There were originally a pair of these slides, each 30 feet long, but a third slide was eventually added. The diving cliffs had 2 jumping bases.
I can't even like explain how... like 99% of the visitors are also drunk off their asses. Dude, I just don't understand how you like... That seemed like the least dangerous thing. Like, is this actually dangerous?
Caught under the water, sending the rider crashing forward.
There were
originally a pair of these slides, each 30 feet long, but a third slide was eventually added. The diving cliffs had 2 jumping bases, one 23 feet and the other 18 feet tall, with the pool below being 16 feet. The pool was also for non-jumpers, some of which were unaware of the cliffs, which resulted in collisions. There was only one lifeguard on duty, who had to work extra hard to make sure that no one was at the bottom of the pool.
You have one lifeguard for this? Bro! How do you have one guy? You have literally 12 lifeguards for this fucking wave pool. Like, and one lifeguard for this fucking cliffside swimming pool 16 feet deep.
There was only one lifeguard on duty, who had to work extra hard to make sure that no one was at the bottom of the pool. The super speed water slides, also known as Geronimo Falls, were a pair of high-speed vertical water slides. One of them was steeper than the other, and both were dangerous. Near these was the safer Kamikaze, which was a more traditional tube slide. The kayak experience was pretty self-explanatory.
The Kamikaze is the safer water slide at this establishment. I just need you guys to note that.
This was the safer Kamikaze, which was a more traditional tube slide. The kayak experience was pretty self-explanatory, and used underwater fans to simulate water rapids. This was dangerous, but that goes without saying at this point.
No way.
A similar ride, the Roarin' Rapids, allowed guests to ride in a 1 or 2 person raft down a similar river. The Surf Hill had the Roarin' Water Raft.
Like, this dude is just ghost riding the whip in the fucking raft. How the fuck is this allowed?
This was dangerous.
It is as wide as the actual lake,
but that goes
the
without
river,
saying
whatever.
At this point. A similar ride, the Roarin' Rapids, allowed guests to ride in a 1 or 2 person raft down a similar river.
How are you glossing over this in the video? How are, like, dude?
The Surf Hill had riders slide down a multi-laned, multi-hill slide on a mat. Riders could easily cross over to the adjacent lanes and cause collisions. And the 7th hill, nicknamed the Backbreaker, had an additional hump that would send riders flying, resulting in injury. The Colorado River Ride was another raft ride, this time allowing up to 4 people, and it went through the wooded area of the park. At one point, the riders would come to a fork in the river and had to choose between 2 paths. The first path took guests under a waterfall and a series of tunnels. The second path included a waterfall and another fork, with one path being steeper than the other. The ride also included a foot-tall jump that would allow riders and their raft a short airtime. The Aerodonium was a skydiving simulator that caused injuries when guests would try to stop their falls with their arms.
Those are dangerous as fuck. I've heard these like fuck people up, dude. These are like bad. The skydiving simulator, I don't know why, I've just heard that.
Aerodonium was a skydiving simulator that caused injuries when guests would try to stop their falls with their arms. Waterworld also had a variety of other typical water slides and pools that were less notable, but there is one in particular that has yet to be mentioned. This is the attraction that made Action Park the most infamous, the Cannonball Loop. A tubed water slide with a vertical loop, similar to that of a roller coaster. It was rumored that during the testing of the attraction, Mulvihill offered $100 to employees who were willing to try it. Test dummy.
It is a closed loop, and it's like closed in. Dude. People got stuck at the top. Wouldn't you just like drown in there or something? And then someone comes in and they fucking hit you? Bro, that is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Look at it. It's got a fucking, it actually has a fucking loop. And you come out, it's closed off. It's a closed circle. Oh my God, man. I'd do it for $100.
These apparently came out of the loop without their heads.
I'll do it for
when it was open, guests would be weighed, hosed down, and given a set of instructions to
had to get weighed? Why do they have to get weighed and hosed down? This is fucking crazy, man. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was riffing. I need to go back.
With a vertical loop, similar to that of a roller coaster. It was rumored that during the testing of the attraction, Mulvihill offered $100 to employees who were willing to try it. Test dummies apparently came out of the loop without their heads.
Okay. Yeah. I totally missed that. Okay. Yeah. So that, I mean, I just feel like you maybe just take the top off and just make it a straight line into the waters. I don't know. Just make it like a slip and slide at that point. Like maybe if that happens to one of the test dummies, I don't know. Just something like that. I feel like that just seems.
When it was open, guests would be weighed, hosed down, and given a set of instructions to decrease the possibility of injury. A hatch was added to the top of the loop to assist stuck riders that could not make it all the way through the slide. Many guests that completed the loop would come out at the bottom, suffering from bloody noses or other injuries, either from hitting the top of the loop or the.
Where would the rest of them come out of? What do you mean many guests that got through it came out at the bottom? What do you where else were they going? To some fucking alternate, the rest died? To some fucking alternate universe Waterworld? They go to Waterworld, the fucking movie? The hatch?
The top of the loop to assist stuck riders that could not make it all the way through the slide. Many guests that completed the loop would come out at the bottom, suffering from bloody noses or other injuries, either from hitting the top of the loop or the impact on the way down. The Cannonball Loop was indicative of a larger issue with Action Park, as many of the other attractions were poorly crafted by designers that were less than engineers, and most were designed to minimize cost rather than maximize safety.
Less than engineers. That's very open-ended, man. You could really be anything at that point if you're less than an engineer. You could just, I mean, I guess that's me. I'm less than an engineer. What you can't see is the trapdoor where the loop touches the floor that sends guests to the hell dimension. Yeah, it's the fly of despair at the bottom of the loop if you accidentally hold X. The rides were designed by Twitch streamers? Holy shit.
The rides became even more dangerous when paired with the fact that the park sold alcohol at many of the convenience stands.
I mean, this should have been at the beginning. I'm sorry. That you need to put that at the beginning of the video, man. This changes everything, truly. Like, I don't know how you fucking just buried the lead like that, dude. Oh my God. I thought that guy in the chat was kidding about people being drunk the whole time. I was like, nah, dude, this is a place for kids. Like, they're not drunk. Like, haha, very funny. Someone in the chat was like, ah, people are shit-faced. I'm like, nah, no way. But, dude.
Any pounders in the chat?
Yo, Mock, thank you for the prime, dude. Love you.
When paired with the fact that the park sold alcohol at many of the convenience stands, often to minors. There was even a microbrewery near Motor World. Many of the guests visiting the inexpensive park came from low-income areas and did not have the necessary swimming skills to navigate some of the attractions and pools. Action Park also heavily marketed to Spanish populations, but there were no translations or translators for the guests when they visited, so explaining safety instructions was virtually impossible.
You already know that Action Park has the most innovative and exciting rides. The Alpine Slide, Grand Prix race cars, and spectacular water rides. But Action Park means more than just great rides. It means super live shows, fantastic summer festivals, and scrumptious food and drink, including an authentic German brewery. Come to Action Park, because the rides aren't the only thing that's great.
There is just too much to unpack from what I just saw, bro. That was too much. That was like, that just...
Labor Day Polish Festival, September 6th and 7th.
Polish Festival.
The majority of those employees were teenagers and were not equipped to handle the rowdy guests at the park. So on any given day, you could have an overcrowded water park filled with drunk teenagers that couldn't swim, riding shoddily built attractions supervised by
Is this guy wearing like a suit? Oh,
teenagers that may or may not be able to communicate with them. It is no wonder what happened next.
Polish festivals, dude, like my thing about like the Polish festival at the end of the commercial is like, you know, that like that is when you were digging to the bottom of the barrel of the holidays, you know what I mean? That's like a very like party guy thing to do, is just like look for any excuse to get absolutely fucked up. And that's what places like this do. They're just like, ah, dude, it's like summer solstice, it's winter solstice, it's Polish summer festivus. Like they will find literally any reason. Like what the fuck? Like, yeah, St. Patrick's Day is exactly it. That is just like, that's when you know this place is just engaging in insane debauchery. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh.
On July 8th, 1980, a male employee was riding the Alpine Slide when his cart went off the track. He hit his head on a rock during the crash, killing him. He was only 19. 2 years later, on July 24th, 1982.
Dude, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hit the fucking brakes. I don't even, dude, like, I'm just, we're just gonna skip ahead 2 years? Rewind it? Okay, sorry. Actually, I don't want to hear that again. A guy fell off the slide and hit a rock. Okay, I don't want, rewind. I don't want to fucking hear about.
On July 8th, 1980, a male employee was riding the Alpine Slide when his cart went off the track. He hit his head on a rock during the crash, as well, killing him. He was only 19. 2 years later, on July 24th, 1982, a 15-year-old guest was overcome by the waves of the tidal wave pool and drowned. On August 1st, a mere week later, a 27-year-old guest was riding the kayak experience when he was trying to re-enter his kayak after falling out. When doing this, he made contact with the live wiring that powered the underwater fans. The electrocution sent him into cardiac arrest, and he passed after being rushed to the hospital.
Jesus.
2 years later, in 1984, a guest died on the Tarzan swing after a heart attack, supposedly due to the unexpected shock from the cold water. That same year, on August...
That is just insane. I mean, that one, I didn't even know that was possible. What the fuck?
27th, a 20-year-old drowned in the tidal wave pool. And on July 19th, 1987, another guest drowned there, giving it the nickname the Grave Pool. These deaths are tragic.
That's really, I mean, man, that's way to lighten up your work experience, man. Just being like, yeah, we gotta. Jesus Christ. You're a lifeguard. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta go watch the grave pool.
And often overshadowed by the lunacy and legacy of Action Park. Interestingly enough, Action Park was able to avoid many lawsuits with these deaths and many other injuries, due in part to its reputation, and also the lax regulations New Jersey had for amusement and water parks. Great American Recreation was even able to expand the Action Park brand to other parts of the country, opening Pocono Action Park in Tannersville, Pennsylvania in 1980. And
they did not open a second park after this, bro. There is absolutely, I am not ready for this. I cannot, no, dude, I'm not ready for that information. I cannot handle a second one of these. There's just no way. What the fuck do they have? How do you up the ante at this point? What are you gonna fucking put there, dude? They're just gonna like, it's like, oh yeah, this is the waterboarding simulator. This is the. I just like don't get it.
In Pine Hill, New Jersey in 1984.
Get wet at Action Mountain. Feel the thrill as you zoom through the black hole. Spin and splash on our bumper boats while the kids play in our fun-filled kiddie area.
This song's kind of a banger, whatever this is.
Cool off in a huge swimming pool or race around the Grand Prix track. Get on any of our action-packed rides at Action Mountain in Pine Hill, New Jersey.
That laugh in the background is when you know that you're gonna fucking die, bro. That is the last thing that you hear when you drown in the grave pool. Like, that is literally the last thing that you hear.
Any of our action-packed rides at Action Mountain in Pine Hill, New Jersey.
That is so fucking cursed, dude. Did you, like, I'm gonna play that one more time, then I'm never listening to it again as long as I live.
Any of our action-packed rides at Action Mountain in Pine Hill, New Jersey.
That is wrong. I'm sorry. This has, like, I was gonna say it has like a furniture store type vibe, but like that laugh at the end just really put me over the edge of being like, yeah, this place definitely had some like demonic shit. There's no way, dude. Evil. It's
awesome.
Pocono Action Park had many repeat attractions as Action Park and was closed in 1991. Action Mountain ran.
What was that? What was that? Dude. The only Pocono Action Park reference image I could find was this creepy clown Grand Prix ticket from eBay. Dude. Why does he have like a black background? Like, there's like nothing around. And it's just like, that is so...
Closed in 1991. Action Mountain ran into some financial difficulties with the IRS and the town it was located in, and was closed in 1986.
If you buy that item, then you actually inherit Action Park. It's like a cursed item, and when it comes to your house, like by some mystical series of events, you inherit the park, and then you take control, and you're responsible for all of the drownings that happen at the new Action Park. So don't buy that if you see it on eBay, please.
So why did the original Action Park close? While Action Park and Mulvihill were able to avoid lawsuits with many of the accidents and deaths, the two deaths in 1984 stemmed cases that rightfully plagued the park with a variety of legal problems.
Nice.
Mulvihill eventually pled guilty to 5 charges of insurance fraud. He and his associates claimed that the park saw over 1 million guests a year, and therefore the death toll was comparatively low. The local ER, on the other hand...
Such a fucking classic move, like classic lawyer. Well, if you think about it, only 5 people died out of 1 million. So, I mean, I think we should... I'm pretty sure these rides are fine.
They would have to treat 5 to 10 guests on some days. In response to the high amount of guests visiting the hospital, Action Park bought Vernon, New Jersey new ambulances. Despite all of these issues, the downfall of Action Park wouldn't come until 1996, and it was actually due to Great American Recreation's financial issues and not the park itself. On September 2nd, 1996, Action Park ended its final season, still with the hope that it would reopen the next year. However, Great American Recreation's bankruptcy made it impossible for Action Park to continue operations, so it didn't reopen. After this, the ski...
What is Great American... What is that? What was their business? Was it the ski slope, or what was that? I'm confused.
Great American Recreation's bankruptcy.
What is Great American Recreations? Let's check it out. Great American Recreations. Recreation equipment? I don't understand how they went out of business, but the park didn't. Like, what were their other ventures? I don't understand. What else were they doing?
Made it impossible for Action Park
killing
to continue
people
operations,
okay,
so it didn't reopen. After this, the ski resort and Action Park were handed from investor to investor.
It was a bank? How do you go out of business as a bank, bro? You have all the money. I'm just like, whatever. Sorry.
Undergoing renovations for 2 years before reopening in 1998 as Mountain Creek. Safety was a priority under this management, and a valiant effort was put forth to distance Mountain Creek from Action Park's reputation. However, in 2010, Mountain Creek underwent a bankruptcy of its own, and the water park and ski resort was sold to the Mulvihill family. 2 years after this, in 2012, Eugene Mulvihill passed away.
This dude bought that shit on eBay, bro, and he look at that. He died right after. That's what happens when you fuck with the Action Park curse. Jesus Christ. My God.
Andrew Mulvihill took over ownership of the park. 2 years later, in 2014, Mountain Creek was rebranded back to Action Park. The park reopened many of its classic attractions, and started construction on new, terrifying ones. The Sky Caliber was another attempt at a 360-degree vertically looping water slide, although it used technology to enhance safety. From my knowledge, it is yet to open at the park, and there's almost no information on its status. The new action park...
There's no way they're doing this again, bro. Just make a different ride. How, like, why do you need to do this loop thing, dude? They put you in a foam coffin? I just, like... Bro, if you go on that ride, I don't know if it's open yet, but do not press X when you're on the ride.
The park tried to use nostalgia to draw guests back for 2 years, before in 2016, it was renamed back to Mountain Creek, in order to once again get away from the negative connotation of Action Park.
Great plan.
Early this year, it was announced that Johnny Knoxville would be producing, writing, and starring in a film inspired by Action Park, but it was not shot on location.
But, Johnny, what are you doing, man? I mean...
Death is heartbreaking, especially in environments designed for happiness and joy. Despite 6 people...
That line, bro. Put that on my fucking gravestone. Please just put this line from this fucking YouTube video on my gravestone. I'm begging you.
But it was not shot on location.
Right here.
Death is heartbreaking, especially in environments designed for happiness and joy.
That is... Dude, that is so fucking true, man.
On location. Death is heartbreaking, especially in environments designed for happiness and joy. Despite 6 people losing their lives there, Action Park is not remembered for its death toll. It is remembered for and by the kids that grew up with it and survived it. It is seen as a place where the quote-unquote popular and brave teens hung out. The fact that it was referred to as Traction Park or Class Action Park doesn't matter, because its inherent danger is more of a fond memory to the majority of its visitors. The Burns Bruce...
I can't even listen to this outro, bro. I'm too shook by that line. I haven't listened at all. I'm so shook.
Bruises and the fractured tibias were a rite of passage for its former guests. You think you're cool because you survived a tame roller coaster at Disney in California or at Universal in Florida? Well, welcome to Vernon, New Jersey.
Not this
guy.
guy.
Were you able to survive Action Park?
No giggle. Okay, I was waiting for it. Send your Action Park stories to Ken at kenperjurer@gmail.com to be. That is a very unfortunate last name, bro. This man's committing perjury. That's what he. Oh, Kevin. Sorry, Kevin. I can't read. Why are you saying Ken? I don't know. I was so taken aback by the last name. I couldn't really focus. Why is his last name Perjurer? Here's a short and sweet. I can't. I gotta go.
Sweet, not death trap video. PLS considering.
How long is it? It doesn't say. You need to go get an eye test too? Shut up, bro. Monster Camp? What the fuck is
right
Monster
at the corner
Camp?
at grass.
And they're coming in hordes. And
what the fuck? Wait, what is this? It's a movie? All right, this is the last video. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I'm going to bed after this.
So we ran out of the corner. I just pointed it out to Kristen, and she said, yeah, just a bunch of people walking onto a field of grass. And I said, no. Look closer. These people have swords and costumes. And I thought I was looking at Darth Maul or some sort of a Harry Potter reunion.
Stop pretending, bro.
there are creatures.
I hate it when people do shit like that, bro. When people are like pretend they're too cool to like know who characters. Like, bro, shut up. Like, you know. Don't be like, oh, what's that guy, Darth Maul, Harry Potter? Like, dude, stop, like, quit lying. No, you're not cool, bro. Look at you. Jesus, you're not better than these people.
Or some sort of a Harry Potter reunion.
There are creatures in-game known as Spracta, which are plant-like creatures, and they're coming in hordes and attacking us.
Okay, maybe I take it back. Maybe he is slightly... Maybe he's a little cooler.
The major villain / monsters over the weekend. Basically, it's a dream moth. What it does is it devours the minds of its victims. I eat your mind 1, I eat your mind 2, I eat your mind 3. No. No? Your mind is gone.
He said no megalol, and then he turns back to the guy. He's like, hey, your mind is gone. I'm sorry. The rest of this weekend, you have to go sit in the tent. You're not allowed. If I see you out here, I'm going to report you to the LARPing cops. No, your mind is gone. And if I see you out here again for the rest of the weekend, this dude's literally just going to do that to all of the other males at this LARPing convention. He's just going to take everyone's minds, and then he's just going to be alone with all the... Anyways.
No?
Your mind is gone.
I like that ability to go and be in another world for a few days.
I'm just whatever character I decide to be, and there's no wheelchair.
I mean, not all customers are bad, just the majority, and there are just ones that are really, really bad.
This just makes me feel bad, dude, but like honestly, like I'm happy these people have something that, like, you know, to do in there. It's good to have hobbies, you know what I mean?
Some people watch, racing or play football.
The dials on the back of my shield are...
That wall of Coca-Cola.
Some people watch, racing or...
This is such a fucking vibe, bro. This is like such a vibe. Can I just say, like, this wall of empty soda cans. That, dude, I had that shit Mountain Dew in the basement, me and my two brothers, like early 2000s. You know we had that shit. You already know. Anyway.
Or play football.
The dials on the back of my shield are potions that we use in game.
There is a race that lays eggs.
They do drugs, by the way, definitely. I've heard at Renaissance fairs there's a lot of like psychedelics being used and like shrooms and shit. But like, I mean, come on, bro. You think this guy's not fucking selling drugs with his fucking... Literally, man. He's got vials
that we use in game.
There is a race that lays eggs.
It's definitely a side culture. It's not very mainstream.
That a lot of the people are very dramatic.
They're just picking a fight to pick a fight because they don't want to be wrong or they don't want to lose.
I mean, like, dude, you're... You're doing live at, like, obviously if a guy walks up to me and he's just like, yeah, your mind is gone, I'm sorry, and then someone hits him and he's like, no, like, what do you mean, bro? Like, obviously I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's
The rules definitely weren't being followed, that is for sure.
I destroyed the world.
So she's got 1 in 10 chance of dying forever.
Some people...
What the fuck? Dude, just these lines that they included from this movie. She has a 1 in 10 chance of dying forever. Dude, this guy is literally gonna kill her in real life.
People don't seem to realize that.
I'm not dealing with it anymore.
Damn, bro, he does not want to deal with it anymore. Sick.
I had to fight my father.
Not gonna revisit it.
Well, you can't be too picky. Magic is tricky and apt to go wrong.
This is some early 2000s shit, bro. This shit's crazy, man. This movie is just like pure insanity, man. I don't even know. That animation just fucked me up. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I can handle any more of this. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear the singing again, for the love of God. I just want to see the animation. Oh, come on, man. It's too short. That right there is just... Damn. I mean, listen, I got nothing to say. Honestly, I'm happy for the LARPers, man. I don't know. If this is this full thing on YouTube, maybe this would be a good thing to watch. Monster Camp documentary. Well, you look at that. It's not on YouTube. Damn sad. It's annoying. Oh, well. Anyway, boys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys liked a little bit of React Anderson at the end. It was a good time, actually. I had a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but I had a blast. There's some good videos. I think I could honestly get a video of that Action Park thing, I reckon. Anyway, boys, thanks for tuning in. I love you very much. I will see you tomorrow. As always, thank you for the subs and resubs. I'll be live earlier tomorrow. Tomorrow's my early day. So I'll see you then. I'll see you bright and early, like 12 noon PST, I reckon. Anyways, have a good night. Big kisses. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know why Trey Young looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid. I don't know, man. He sucks.